in the World Cup, finishing fourth is a big success.
It's special. You've got a group of guys that a lot at the top end earn millions and millions of dollars and get maybe 2 or 3 months a year where they can do whatever they want and spend time with their family, yet they sacrifice that to play for the green and gold.
To come back to your national team where we're not obviously being paid to play for our country, I think we all have the same mindset and goal to try and win a medal, and that's what we're there for.
The one thing I noticed this trip was just how fearless guys like Paddy and Delhi and Joe and all the guys, when they put on the green and gold, they're fearless and they're hungry, and they kind of turn into superheroes, I guess you could say, the way they play.
A lot of the guys on that team have been playing together on the national team for over 10 years, so that's something that is very, very hard to create artificially. So yeah, the team's very, very close for sure.
To be a late addition, doesn't take away from the privilege and honour that it is to play for your country. I got that phone call when it was 10:30 at night and I was at Kmart trying to set up my house in Melbourne, and Dre asked me, and he's like, look, I know it's a really hard question to ask. I said, mate, you know me, what do you think? And he was like, all right, cool, no worries, sweet, talk to you tomorrow.
Beating, Team USA on Australian soil in Melbourne and all the hoorah that went with that, and 50,000 people, to be part of that and be on the court is something that you'll probably remember forever.
It was the best thing to be a part of. Making that team was a huge goal of mine, and to be in the team that beat Team USA at Marvel will be something I remember forever. We had high aspirations and hopes as a team, and we came together as a collective and a unified front. We played great basketball. We showed Australian youngsters and families and loved ones that this is what it's like to play Boomer basketball, and this is what it's like to wear Australia across your chest and your name on your back and have your families, in your hearts and on your sleeves. And I think we did a great job. We put ourselves in a position, double OT against the champs in the Spaniards, and credit to them, they beat us, and we moved on to a consolation of playing for a bronze, which is still a high honour.
The overwhelming support that we received from the Australian basketball community shows that we played the right way. We played for each other and hopefully made Australia proud, no matter the result.
To finish the way we did, it was like a huge disappointment, but you think about it, we finished fourth and we got, to lose a double overtime game to Spain through very questionable circumstances, I guess, in one regard, and then to be beating France most of the game in the bronze medal game and lose, to finish fourth was, the expectation was the chance to win a gold medal, and I guess people probably need to take a minute to think about how big time that is, to be able to do that and be able to compete on a world stage and have a legitimate chance to be the best team in the entire world. Like I said, it's obviously disappointing, but at the same time, I'm super proud of that team, of our country, of our sport.
To still have a top 4 finish and be in the top 4 in the world from where we've come from the last decade is a pretty important step for Australian basketball.
Finishing fourth it's a really weird place to be, because there's so much hurt and disappointment in finishing fourth, and yet you need so many good things to happen and so many positive things to happen to give you that opportunity to feel the hurt, which is kind of weird. And so ultimately, really proud of the team, the way, again, as they do all the time, they play for the name on the front of the singlet, not on the back.
Right now, that's fuel to the fire. I know a lot of the guys, especially me, it's hard, and it's still hard, and it's raw and it's fresh, and it's going to be for a long time. And until Tokyo comes around, that's the next time we can get redemption. So we have to come back, collect ourselves, go back in, work it out, and work towards giving ourselves another chance and hopefully coming away with a medal and ultimately that gold medal.
I was actually in the hotel on the day we were leaving and ran into one of the assistant coaches from Serbia, and he asked me, he said congratulations, and I was like, far out, we finished fourth again. And he looked at me and he said, in the World Cup, finishing fourth is a big success. And it sort of put it all back into perspective for me.
Another one of the emotions that was fairly prevalent for me while I was over there, just pride, like of where sport in our country has come in the time that I've been around.
All the feedback we had from back home was, again, captured the heart of the nation, and everyone was watching. The TV ratings were unbelievable, and everyone was paying attention to what was going on with the Boomers. And even in the middle of footy finals, like, we were finding time on the sports pages and in the sports bulletins. So to have that impact, I guess, within the Australian sporting landscape is pretty incredible.
Tokyo is obviously our immediate goal now. Hopefully we can add some of our other star players. Hopefully they'll put their hand up for the Olympics and try to get that elusive medal. But we do have some good momentum and a good core group.